Wonder if you guys can hear me all right. Yo, is there somebody watching? Hey, sound off in the comments. Who are you? That autofocus, though. What's up with that? Well, honestly, I don't really know what to talk about. I'm just test that autofocus, though. How do I change that? It's got to be in the Razor program or something. Oh, I can't change it in the Razor program. Fantastic. Well, welcome, whoever you are. Glad to have you here. You fisherman? Fisherwoman? No? Okay. Well, since I'm here, and potentially you're here too, I'm going to go ahead and start sorting my tackle bag. It absolutely got demolished this weekend while I was fishing. So I have two bags now that I carry, that I have in the trunk of the car. One is my bass bag, and that keeps everything I have bass related in it. And the other one is like my crappie / cherry picks for the day. So for instance, I'll just show you. This is my quick carry, not my bass bag. My bass bag's a Plano something or other, whatever was on sale at Gander whenever I wanted to go buy a bag. And then we have all of the plastics. Hey, if you're actually watching in that comment section there, if you want to chime in and let me know how my audio is, that would be helpful. More plastics, which didn't get used this weekend because I was specifically targeting crappie, and just about everything I use to target crappie is right here in these boxes, with the exception of one or two things, and I will show you what those are in just a second. I suppose I should have announced that I was going to go live, huh? Oopsies. I'll get the hang of this. Not much else to talk about. What is that? What is that? Did you see that? That purple light down there? Is that from... Oh, it's the glare off of my hooks. Neat. All right, that's everything in this bag. Oh, wait. Is it? Yes. Yes, it is. All right, so pardon me. Have a drink of water. Delightful. That autofocus is. Stop it. How do I? Probably should have thought that through. Can't get to my mouse. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Headphone users rip. All righty. So in my bag on any given day, I will carry extra GoPro batteries. I have 4. I keep one in the camera. Make sure they are all. I need a better setup. I carry 4. One in the camera to make sure they're all charged before I go out. Usually gives me about 5 hours-ish of time. And if I'm fishing more than 5 hours in a day, that's a good problem to have. Let's see here. Where do I start? This is why we're doing this with me. I'm guessing I'm the only person watching right now, but that's okay. It's all good practice. You can see all my rods and reels behind us. Pardon the super professional backdrop. This is my spare room / junk room, if you will. We'll start with the bass box. There we go. This is an assortment of baits and such that I use if I'm bass fishing on the go. And that includes Senkos. And we also keep in the outer pack a little Senko tool. It's a really nice little camera. I just ran to Walmart and got this. It was the best reviewed one. It's the Razor something. And some Ned rigs. I've used a Ned rig like twice. And I've caught a fish once on it. It's not that I don't think it's good. I just never think to pick it up. Especially when you can throw a Senko. If you're going to finesse fish, maybe I'm wrong, but wouldn't you rather throw a Senko like 99% of the time? I guess. I don't know. So let's go through the 2 different plastics here. We have the TRD Hog Z in black and blue. Black and blue is hands down my go-to color for most of the plastics I fish, probably. Don't vape, kids. Probably because the water I fish is usually murky. And if it's not, I will throw something like a molten craw, which is like a green pumpkin and orange mix. You can see the green pumpkin there on the back a little bit. And then we have our standard Neds, black and blue Ned, as I said. The California Craw, which again is like a green pumpkin, red flake, a little bit of watermelon in there, I think. And that's it. I have in my other bag like 6 more selections of Ned rigs. I keep telling myself I'm gonna do like a Ned rig video where I just go out and try to pin them on Ned rigs, but I feel like kind of missed that window this year. Hey, look, my teeth look really good in this. Been using white strips. And then for the the Senkos, we got your green pumpkin, black flake. That's a standard. If you're throwing a Senko, you should be throwing watermelon and green pumpkin. They're the standard, I think. Black and blue, which is my standard, with a little blue flake. And then this guy was doing work, my watermelon and black and red flake. I really enjoyed that. Let me get these put back in here real quick in a neat and orderly fashion. There we go. They don't really want to fit in here very well, but and then the Neds. There we go. Now, a bait I threw a lot. I wouldn't say a lot because I didn't do a lot of fishing for bass this weekend, but cranks, and the I'll just pull them all out, put them apart. Matter of fact, I'll pull all this out so that you guys can see it. We've been live for 10 minutes. See, I've tried to make a couple of tackle videos. The problem is, the one I recorded last, I covered all my stuff. It took me like an hour and 20 minutes to get through all of my gear. If you guys want to see a video where I cover all of my gear, I'd much rather do it live so we can talk about the baits interactively. But if that's something you want to see, let me know right there, and we'll get it done. So I threw 2 crankbaits this weekend, but I brought 4, and we'll talk about the 2 I brought. Matter of fact, it seems like we got the Kraken Craw, Mini Banger, and Cash Craw, or whatever color that is. I have both colors. I have this craw color, like this clear. Focus. There we go. This clear craw color here from the Guggen Squad. And then I have a little Mini Banger in this color here. I want the opposite color of each in both sizes. But I threw this. Got 1 bite, didn't connect. And I also threw the Sexy Shad. Yep, you got it, Sexy Shad. But I brought with me, just in case, this little, like, I don't know if I call this a shad or a bluegill or whatever, but the bait fish and some of the lakes I fish look very similar to this. This is made by Lunker Hunt. All of this is shallow diving because I fish from the bank, and the deepest water I fish in 6-8 feet tops. So I figure instead of bringing with me something that goes like 6 to 8 feet and only being able to throw it in a couple of places, bring anywhere from 0 to 5 foot divers and get in the middle of the water column most of the time, and half the time I'm be bumping off rocks, which you're supposed to do with crankbaits anyway. The fish I've actually caught, the bait I've caught the most fish on, it's this little Ozark Trail, like black and silver lipless crank shad. I've caught and decent bass too, like nothing, I caught lots of dinks, but I've caught like a 2 or 3 pounder on this thing. $4 at Walmart, and definitely got my money's worth out of it. But that's all the cranks I keep in the box. If you want, I'll show you the rest of my cranks here in a little bit. But this weekend, that's what I brought with me. I was ready to throw them, but I threw my new Abu Garcia and Fate Black series like 7 or 8 times at each spot, and I made myself put it down because if I keep going, I won't stop bass fishing. So I didn't do any bass fishing to speak of, although I caught 2 or 3 bass and 3 or 4 crappie. So I guess I'm just destined to be a bass fisherman. Right here we have brand I don't remember, white and chartreuse 1/4 ounce finesse jig. I went 1/4 ounce because I'm fishing shallow water, and I figured I could try to throw it for crappie if I really, really wanted to. I've caught crappie off a jig before. It's not common. I have this Guggen Squad. This came in a mystery tackle box. I didn't buy this. 1/4 ounce finesse. I think it's like chartreuse gill, sexy gill, something like that. I've caught plenty of fish on this. And then another 1/4 ounce, just little black and blue jig. Didn't throw any jigs this weekend. I always throw jigs. So this weekend I really got out of my comfort zone, stopped fishing for bass. And if I did fish for bass, I fished like a crankbait or a jerkbait or something I don't throw. Next. If I had seen any schooling bait fish, and I did, but by the time I did, I was too busy trying to catch crappie, I was going to throw this little mini buzzbait. And the reason I decided I wanted to do that was because Tim Galati, he smashes smallmouth on mini buzzbaits. And I would love to pick up a topwater mini buzzbait bass. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Next, we have, I threw this Not this one, but I threw it's in my other box, the 1/8 ounce. This is the 1/2 ounce inline spinner, and just whatever brand this is, Rooster Tail. Just a staple. Like, I guess this is considered more of a newbie bait, but it catches everything, including crappie. So I threw it a little bit, caught a bass on it, we win. And I threw this guy a couple of times because one of the lakes I fished at in this last video has holdover trout. The water near the dam actually stays cold enough year round that trout can hold over every year. And the only 2 trout I've ever caught were at this dam. So I brought that with me with the specific mindset of maybe hooking a trout and having something cool to show you guys. Would you just focus? Come on. You can do it. Now I'm fuzzy. Well, other bass stuff I brought with me. One of them is tied on right now, so I'll have to grab that. I'll show you guys here in just a second, or you guy. I think I'm the only person present here because, well, it was 0 at first, so I don't know. Maybe there is somebody watching me. If you're watching me and you're not talking in the comments, you're a weirdo. I like weirdos, so you're welcome here. Don't be too far away. Yes. Okay. This is the only bait casting combo I threw this weekend. I brought it with me. One of the reasons was because it's the newest, but also because it's super light. I have my Abu Garcia Revo S in a 6.6-1 on a 13 Fishing Fate Black, 7'1" moderate. 7'1" fast action medium power rod, and this is like my crankbait rod. It's not really a crankbait rod, but it's the closest thing I got to a crankbait rod, so that's what I throw, and I don't throw enough crankbaits to justify going and buying an actual crankbait rod. And on it, the reason I grab this, you just go ahead and focus, is my silver and my chartreuse shad, I think, or no, green pumpkin shad. That's what this is called. With a little high-tech paddle tail swimmer on there. And I don't think I even got a bite on this weekend. That's usually that's a fish catcher for me. But I really like the setup. I'm going to go ahead and endorse. I'm not sponsored with my whole 74 subscribers, but the 13 Fishing Black. It is, if you go to Gander, it's a $79.99 rod. It's got a nice solid metal reel seat. The blank, you can feel it here and here. I like this space right here. Nice little metal accent at the bottom. It just feels so tight. And the hook keeper is down here. Now, this isn't a deal breaker for me. If I like the feel of a rod, I'll get one up here, but I'll never use it if it's up here. I'll always latch it onto the bottom of my reel right here. I have this in a medium heavy fast and a medium fast. And I will definitely be ordering more variants of this rod for sure. I love it. So I went to show you that because that's one of the chatterbaits I use. Another jackhammer I own, the Fire Craw jackhammer. I use this in rocky areas, put a California craw, beaver, or actually, yeah, beaver, sweet beaver. That's the only color I got, or only California craw color bait I have. God, I can't talk. It's almost like it's midnight or something. And then those are the 2 jackhammers I carry with me. I try not to throw the jackhammers if I have like any other option, because I lost one in my last weekend's video. I threw it, lost it, and that is the only time I've been super bummed out about losing a bait, because I had only been throwing it for like 30 minutes, and boop, it was gone. Good times. But then we have the whatever shad gill, the $8.99 jackhammer or chatterbait by Z-Man. I like this one because it's got the little weed guard. It's not a super stiff weed guard. Then we got that pedal tail on the back here too. So I would typically throw this before I throw the jackhammer. We have a $4.99 standard buzzbait by Z-Man and green pumpkin. And then we have the $8.99 Z-Man in black and blue. Very straightforward. Next, I brought 2 of every hook I have. Not every hook, but every standard hook I use. So if I was going to be thrown into some weeds, just a wide gap 3/0 worm hook. Throw a creature imitation on there and just weightless into a bit of weeds. I've done that before. Then we have, I guess, about 3 of this because I knew I'd lose one if I started throwing it. Just 3/0 heavy wire Gamakatsu extra wide gap hook. Then we got a 4/0. I think this is Eagle Claw because so hard to find baits right now. And this is a much lighter wire than I'd rather use, but it was the only 4/0 I had on the shelf at the time. And then 2 little octopi hooks for my Senkos. Now I have a little 1/8 ounce and a 1/4 ounce shaky head. Brought those with me just in case I wanted to throw a finesse worm. I didn't. I never. Once or twice I've thrown a finesse worm. It was meh. I'm not a finesse fisherman. I really don't like to finesse fish, which is why I kind of moved away from crappie. But that and I just got caught up in the whole bass thing. But I brought them just in case. I brought 2 of each Ned hook I have. Little 10th ounce or 16th ounce, whatever head, stand-up buoy. And then 2 mushroom head with the weed guard. Be honest, I usually cut the weed guard off. I don't like it. Makes the TRD sit funny. And then for my Kitex and my shad imitations, the bigger ones, I have these little 1/8 ounce weighted hooks here. And then for the little boys, I have these right here. I ended up not using those either, but that's okay. And that's, as far as the box is concerned, now I have some plastics I'll show you here in just a sec. But as far as that goes, I think I'm just going to switch to this in general. Because while I was out there fishing, I was trying to think of, like, is there anything that I wanted today that I didn't have? Granted, it was just a quick trek back to the trunk, but no, this is pretty much the standard. I might have brought, if I was going bass fishing, I would have brought some of my 6 cents 3/8 ounce jigs, swim jigs, and thrown those around. But other than that, no, I had everything I needed in this box. I guess I could have thrown in a white spinnerbait. I throw white spinnerbaits a lot. But yeah, that's this box. That's about it. Set that down right there. There we go. Time is at 12:14. I got an hour or so. Now let's get to the crappie box, because that is the box. No, wait. Oh, time out. I want to show you the bass stuff I brought. Both. This isn't. It's kind of bass. I have this in 4-inch and 3-inch, the Kitech Easy Shiner. I'm definitely going to restock on these. I hate how fragile they are. I love how many fish they catch. Plain and simple. Could you just not? Whatever. As you can see, I'm almost out. I have 2 left. I most commonly use these as trailers, but after the success I had with them this weekend, I think I'm going to start fishing these by themselves with the jig head. Seem to work pretty good. And then I have the 3-inch Kitech. What does this say? Swing Impact Fat by Kitech. Pro Blue Red Pearl. Wide tail, strong squid scent. Ah, squid scent. That's what that is. Reading is fun. So yeah, these two right here got the most action out of all the plastics this weekend. And stuff that didn't get any action. Black and blue finesse worm. Didn't touch it. And then I have a variety of shad and fluke stuff. So I have 2 different zoom flukes. I have the whatever color this is, white, we'll just call it white and black. It doesn't say on here. See, this is just baby bass. Oh, bait fish. It's just bait fish. I have the bait fish zoom fluke right here, and then I have the baby bass fluke right here, both 4 inches, 6 inches. I'm going to get really good with these because they catch fish, and I'm really weak with the fluke imitation. But I also bought, I have this Hot Snakes razor shad and the Pearl razor shad by Z-Man. Then Reaction Innovations, I have another one of these, but I didn't bring it. It's just a pearl color. Right here, another like baby bass. They call it Bad Sexy. Okay. Didn't touch any of those this weekend. Not to say I don't like them, but I was out crappie fishing. I wasn't bass fishing, as I've said for the 30th, 40th time. Oh, there it is. I didn't bring it. Sungill. Yep. And what do they call that? They call that the Little Dipper. The Sungill and Bad Sexy Little Dippers. Good baits. Now, for my creature baits, we have by Strike King, Rage Tails, the Rage Bug in Green Pumpkin, and the Rage Bug in Watermelon Red Flake. I like these a lot. They're decent. They're not really the best value for money as opposed to like a whole freaking bag of Reaction Innovations products. However, they do have a lot of action that I like, and I couldn't. My local sporting goods store was out of Watermelon Red Flake, so apparently that's the color in my area. Could you just not with the autofocus? Thank you. And then I love the Sweet Beavers. I have Green Pumpkin, Hematoma, Blank Check, and Black and Red. But I brought with me just the Hematoma and Black and Red. So I had Black and Red, Black and Blue, Watermelon, and Green Pumpkin. I need to stop shaking the table. Creature base with me. I had all my colors covered just in case. And that really is it. Like I said, I brought my Senko tool with me. That's it as far as the bass fishing stuff goes. You guys want to see some crappie stuff? Nobody? No worries. How do I make it stop autofocusing? Let's Google that real quick. How to make YouTube cam stop auto focus. Just stop. Well, I know that. She told me to shut it off. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Help me out here. I'm going to listen to that while I show you guys this. Okay. You're distracting and not helpful. I bought a collection of Strike King Bitsy Minnows. Thank you. I got this little shad imitation. I got this little, like, I don't know if it's a shad or a gill or what, but different color imitation. And then I also bought a little fire tiger color. Yeah. And then I've also already owned by Crappie King or something like that. These little single treble itty bitty little swimmers. This little shad guy. And he's a bitty little fire tiger guy. I've caught fish off of these two before, but they dive. They're hard, super hard to cast, and they dive all of like 6 inches. So, stop with the autofocus. My classic old Rapala. I caught my double catch on this in one of my videos. And then, if I'd remembered I had this, I probably wouldn't have bought the Bitsy Minnow. But Lord, I don't know who made this. It's old. And fire tiger. I've caught one fish off of this thing. I bought it because it looks super neat. But it's like a blade bait dealy boy right here. This little copper, red, and black blade bait. He's really neat. Oh no, I got him in a. Did I get him in an MTB? I don't know. I think I bought him. And then I got a variety of jig heads. My favorite jig heads are made by. I'll show you one of each. We've been live for 32 minutes with 0 views. Talking to myself here. It's funny. I just told my girlfriend, I was like, I don't talk to myself. Like, we were having a conversation. I don't know how we got on the subject, like talking to yourself in the mirror when you're by yourself or whatever. I don't typically do that, but here I am talking to me on a screen with nobody viewing. So I belong to a little auction group on Facebook, and you can buy everything from hair jigs to jig heads, sometimes soft plastics if you make some soft plastics. And these right here, if you can see them, these are some custom painted. Now, these are old. Don't take the... And I tend to leave my plastics on them, which is bad for them, but these are custom painted by Mr. Donald David himself. And I ran out of silver because I use it the most, and I lost them all. But we have black with silver hook, black with red hook, chartreuse, and brown. And those are my favorite to use. The problem is they're, depending on what bait I'm throwing, whether it's a 2-inch or a 3-inch, they might be a little bit too long. So I went out and I bought myself some standard boys as well. And by standard boys, I mean your classic. I do not like this tackle box. At least not for this. Okay. Chartreuse, pink, black, and white. With a little, like, I don't know what they call it, like Z hook or whatever. So it stays close to the bait. Standard, just terminal tackle, you know. And then we have a variety. And I do mean a variety. Come on. Oh, well. Get a hook in my finger. I want to super glue these in place so they don't come out. We have a little fire tiger inline spinner, a black, ooh, he's already losing paint, inline spinner, a white and silver inline spinner, another white and silver inline spinner. This one is 3/8, 1/8. This is 1/8, so they're both 1/8. Panther Martin, and then another Panther Martin itty little boy right here. As far as terminal tackle and hard baits go, here, let me pull this off of here. That's that. I'll show you guys some plastics, of which there are a lot. All right. I have a variety of Bobby Garlands here. I'm not going to pull them all out. I'll read you the colors here real quick, though. Patriot, which is, I will pull them out. Patriot, which is like the silver and white clear with like a red and blue flake in it. Pretty sharp. Then we got Licorice, which is a chartreuse pearl. We have Cajun Cricket, which I wanted to throw this weekend but never got around to it. I feel like that'd do pretty good. Electric Chicken, which is a pink and chartreuse. A pearl white. A monkey milk. I guess I'm a pervert, but that is exactly what I think of when I look at that. And then this is glow in the dark, but I didn't get it for glow in the dark. Just this chartreuse on chartreuse color right here. I'll turn two of these around. There we go. And then a mayfly color. I don't really actually use these Bobby Garlands very much. I've caught a couple of fish on them here and there, but for the most part, I don't seem to have very much luck with the Bobby Garlands. Maybe I just fish them wrong. I guess they're more intended for like vertical jigging, and I hate vertical jigging. If I have to vertical jig to crappie fish, I'm not going to crappie fish. It's as simple as that. Kitech right here. Oh, let me get that out of there. I need to come out of there. This boy right here caught me my only two fish at the spillway this weekend when I was really hoping I'd do better than I did. Squiddy. It smells like fake crab. That's what it smells like to me, which I guess is the squid scent. I'm just going to go ahead and toss this because there's no way in God's green earth that that's ever going to work again. And here's the silver Donald David jig. But yeah, this 3-inch Easy Shiner did work. I got tons of bites at the Carbondale Reservoir, just couldn't connect because I think they're just nipping the tail, and then I came to find out they're itty bitty little fish. Another bait that is commonly used for crappie fishing that just doesn't seem to do me any good. Beetle spins, but I keep them in there because I tell myself I'm going to get good with them, and I don't. Set the power baits aside. I got these. They're kind of like Bobby Garland's. A chartreuse and white. This lemon meringue. And silver glitter pearl lamb. They're basically Bobby Garland's. And then my paddle tails. We got same colors. We got that green pumpkin black flake. We got that watermelon red flake. Black. And white. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh. And chartreuse. You gotta have chartreuse, man. You can't throw a paddle tail and not throw a chartreuse. We live in a society. You know what? I should have had some music going. That probably would have been the sauce, is to play some music. But the problem is my speaker is right behind my microphone. So you guys would have heard this music and not me, which probably would have turned out better anyway. Black paddle tails. You guys just get to watch me. I think I'll leave this live for anybody who's interested in watching it. We'll see. Probably get like 4 views. And then we got these power baits. I gotta admit, I was really hoping to produce a fish on these. I don't get the sauce behind the whole like Berkeley power bait. I don't know if it's actually a thing, but this black and silver black shad, 2-inch 5 centimeter minnow, 18 count, and then this power bait ripple shad, holographic gold black shad. Man, this guy looks super enticing to me, but then again, I am not a fish, so what do I know? Again, easy shiner, just gotta give him another mention, man, just gotta. But that is not what caught me the most fish, and I will show you what caught me the most fish. You'll see it in the video when I finish editing it here in a day or so. Day or so. We know it's going to be a week. Look, if you want to start making YouTube videos, get good at video editing, or pay an editor, which if you're just starting out, probably can't do, because either you enjoy editing YouTube videos or you're not going to make it. Because I still don't enjoy it, really. I'm getting better at it, and I love learning new things. I always love learning new things. But the video editing is by far the hardest part. I mean, I can go out and fish. Hey, we actually 2 people. Oh, 1 people, they're gone. Dang. Oh well. I had somebody in here, and I didn't even realize. Hi and bye. As I was saying, the hardest part of video or making fishing videos is the editing. I don't mind going out and fishing and not catching anything all day, but other than that, no. The bait that did the most work this weekend was, I have one tied on, this little guy right here, this little tube jig, itty bitty boy on a 64th ounce jig head. Oop, and it's gone. Dang it. Hold on. Your whole world's about to get unearthed. Earthquake! Hey, boy, 64th ounce jig head. And then I'm not going to go through everything individually. This guy, I saw this, and I thought, yeah, this is going to do good. This little pearl suicide shad. Well, I got a couple of bites, but nothing great. And then here are the rest of this box right here. Just a bunch of tube jigs and a couple of little swim baits. That's it. We're almost done with that bag, guys, which means we're probably going to be wrapping up here shortly. I have my other bag with more baits in it, but essentially it's just more of what you've seen. Some Guggen baits, which I really don't use that much, and some more buzz baits, my spinner baits, and more of my crankbaits. But you saw the crankbaits I like to use the most. This little box here is very simple. Bobber stops, bobbers, and weights. That's it. Because I knew I was going to be crappie fishing. I didn't ever think I would use a headphone user. Sorry. Never thought I'd be using bobbers again, but here we are using bobbers. Or I'm sorry, floats. And then a collection of Donald David's hair jigs. This was accrued over several years. Donald David, if you somehow watch this, thank you, man. I take great care of these. I've gone swimming to get these back, like into water that you ought not swim in, like the stuff I would not eat fish out of for sure, because these things are hard to come by. He only ties whenever the weather gets so bad he can't fish, and it's an auction style, and we all want them, so they can get expensive. That is it for the bag I carried this weekend, guys. We're running out of cool stuff. I have my 6-pound fluoro leader line that I used to tie all weekend. Got some bait hooks I never use. If a fish hacks up, cutting line on the fly or getting a hook out of my finger, whatever. It's good to just carry a pocket knife with you if you're going to be outdoors. And then sinker tool. Oh, and needle nose, wire cutters. I know I could bring a multi-tool. Fact is, I don't own one yet. But if I have a hook stuck in my finger and I have to like feel myself trying to cut the I have to feel myself trying to cut the blade off of or the barb off a hook. I just want to cut it and be done with it. So I carry some wire cutters instead. Plus they're my grandpa's, so they have sentimental value too, which is why I'm extra careful not to lose them. But that's it. I'm gonna call it here. I guess I'll leave this up for you guys to watch. Go ahead and comment down below if this is something you'd like to see more of. If you'd like to see me schedule it, maybe we can go over the rod and reel setups. We can interact in the chat and talk about it. I can turn off this annoying autofocus. I can get out all of my baits and let you guys see all the baits. We can see what we have in common or what you think I should have, or give you guys ideas for stuff you should fish. I keep trying to tell myself, look at the camera. But we're at 45 minutes and 46 minutes, and we're going to call it here, guys. So remember, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. God bless you. I'll see you in the next one. And if you didn't like this, go ahead and subscribe, because there's a really good chance I'm not going to do it again. I'm out.